30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
Do it. I am doing it. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's 1 o'clock, like usual, starting the build series. And on part 3, the RiteWing RiteSpec V3. That's what I'm building right now, Solid Edition. And I'm still getting ready in the background, trying to prep everything. Just mainly, I'm trying to get the laminate iron all heated up properly. I've got everything cut, ready to go. So I'm going to go over lamination process, what you do, laminating any of these wings. But today we're doing, obviously, the RiteSpec. But this method applies to anything that you laminate. So stick around for that. Again, these build videos are only like an hour. That way you can go back if you need to and reference them, and it'd be kind of easy. Or you can build along. Like if you're building one of these, you just do the same amount of time I'm working and listen to me and follow along. For anybody that watches this in the future. And hopefully this series helps somebody out that may be building a RiteWing of some sort, specifically a Delta Wing, and that'd be great. So stick around. If you've been here before, you know I had to hit that timer. When that timer starts, it's official. There's no turning back. But I will be live when it hits 0. So give me about 1 more minute to kick that on, and then we'll get started. Cool? All right. Yeah. All right, stand by. What's up, Rue? What's up, B? Chop. I am, man. I can't go any quicker than I'm doing. Plus I got doing a drone gig, so I got to do that every day. Anyways, look for the timer. All right, I've shared it out where I need to share it out, which is really the RiteWing Nation on Facebook, and then, of course, the drone hangar. Anywhere else doesn't really matter. So, those are the only 2 places I really care about. I'll probably put it on Hooligans, because I care about that as well, but I'm just saying the main ones. Or the Drone Hangar, our Facebook page, and of course the RiteWing Nation Facebook page. If you're on Facebook, be sure to go to those sites and become a member. And our Facebook page filled with a lot of information. And of course, the RiteWing Nation is filled with a ton of information pertaining to all RiteWing products. So, anyways, here comes the timer. 5 minutes. Oh, and if it skips, I'm not changing anything. I don't want to keep showing my videos, so if it's skipping, we're going to hang on. We'll just keep going. We playing in your ears while you're building an engine there, Roo? Don't fuck up, man. It better be torqued to torque specifications by Subaru. Otherwise, you suck. Anyways, oh, there's a wing sim. It's coming soon, guys. On the 3rd. Get you some.
So you think you could tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade? Yeah.
Oh, that was... check that up. I'm going to splash a little more on top of that. Yeah, there we go. Welcome. Welcome. Hey, welcome to another build video. Seem to be on a build kick lately. So, like I say, or it says in the description, strike while the iron's hot. Do it. If you feel like you're in the mood to build, because sometimes you don't get in the mood to build. And that happens a lot with me. So, I'll go long stints without flying or without building, and I'll fly frame to death. But anyways, we're working on the RiteWing RiteSpec V3 Solid Edition. So, notice no lights in the background. Those of you who watch the show, nope. We only do that on Sundays. We reserve that. So this is just me, Shelby the pilot, trying to help you out. Those of you who maybe watch this in the future and are looking to find some content that will actually help you with your build process, hopefully this does. I keep this to the basics. Short, sweet, as best I can, going over highlighting the most important points in the process of building one of these frames without getting into all the detail. If you want all that kind of nonsense, then you can find it, I'm sure, somewhere else. But here, at least, you're going to get the basics and know the critical things to pay attention to when you're building these frames, whatever frame we're talking about. In this case, the spec wing. All spec wings are supposed to be compliant as far as right back here. Let me just probably do it this way. That's actually an authentic, real FPV WRA layout for spec wings that they would use. They have, meaning the Association for checking and make sure the wing is compliant. If it doesn't fall into that area, then it's not compliant, can't race it. So this is an approved FPV-WRA spec wing, so this is allowed to fly in those said races. And then there's other approved ones, VAS, Windcatcher, TBRC. I'm sure there's some other ones, just can't quite remember. So get one of those kits. All in all, spec wings in and of themselves are tremendous frames. They're versatile, they fly for a while, they're a lot of fun, they're completely agile. Build them right, they're pretty damn durable. It could be your daily flyer for sure, without a doubt. Components don't cost a fortune. You know, we're talking about pre-approved spec motors by T-Motor. Use that. If you can find Cobras, the ones that were approved, if they're still floating around because they don't make them anymore, pick one up. Go to VAS or FPV-WRA, one of their pages, either one, and see if they have stock. Go, and that's where you get all the components. So, I believe there's supposed to be an ESC recommendation for powertrain. That's what we talked about on the board. So, having these are what we recommend. These are the ones that are going to do the best with said motor, and then you can have a couple options to pick from. But either way, put whatever you want in there. You need no more than a 40 amp ESC tops to run a spec motor in this frame. So there's a little bit about the electronics. All right, so to recap, so because we're just going to keep moving right along, right? Try to do that. So here's where we're at with mine. Solid, super duper stiff and rigid, and all the way. I always say go down here and try to flex them over here on the wingtips. You know, let you know really how rigid it is. This thing is like a damn 2x4. It is solid. I was really taking my time on this build. I did not rush it, so pretty happy with it. It's one of my better builds for sure, believe it or not. But spec wings by themselves are meant to be put together pretty quickly. Of course, there's 3 series, but this is probably going to wrap it up. There's not much more to do. Laminate this thing. You can put the motor mount's the only thing I haven't done yet, and I'll show you how to do that. I'll probably do that here in just a minute. You can do motor mount before you laminate, or you can do motor mount after you laminate. Doesn't really matter. Just get it in there, get it nice and glued, and you're fine. Lamination process that I'm going to show you is the same lamination process you can use on any of these wings that you get. I don't care who you get it from, whom you get it from. The same process applies. So that's it. The gluing method worked very well, which was the same that I did on the mini drac, which, just to recap, make sure you're channeling those, cutting the channels just a little bit deeper so all the spars can get down, and pay attention to the intersections. Those need to be cut even deeper so that when all the spars are down, and you get them all compressed in and down in the frame. So it doesn't disrupt the airflow, because you don't want that. So this is smooth. Once you've done that process, you know, and I showed you how to channel it all out and make sure it's big enough for the spars, you get them down far enough. Make sure it's CA glue first or whatever adhesive you want. down first, lay the spar in, let that evaporate, then lay a bead of E6000 on it. Not as thick as on the mini Drac, but a bead nonetheless. And let it sit. It's literally going to dome over, but just let it sit for an hour or so. It will literally seep down in and just flatten out, and it will make a nice, perfect seam across where it's not skipping up and bulging up or whatever you want to call it. I mean, this is really done well. It's nice. Especially on the bottom here. I really spent a bit of extra time, but it is damn near flawless. So I showed you how to do on the bottom when you spar this, which I should have done in that video when I showed sparring. You got to pay attention to the bays. Bays are a little bit tricky. You need to cut out a lip all the way around each bay to allow these inserts to drop in and be flush with the air frame. So don't cut too deep. 1/4 of an inch is about all you need all the way around. And then drop them in. But you got to work your spars in first up top. Make sure they're dug down over here in the corners, down far enough so the spar gets down low enough that you can put your battery bay cover right here in, and it will seat flush. Otherwise, you're going to have these points sticking out. So mine feels pretty good. Maybe a little bit right there, not much. Other than that, it's nice and flush, perfect. Showed you how to put in these servo bay covers. It's not rocket science. Do all this before you laminate, though, okay? Because now, when you go to laminate, it's that much easier. I'll show you what I've done. What you got, Marty? Huh? Oh, Marty's on the phone. I thought he was talking to me. Lamination process. So use whatever laminate you want. So in competitions, a little trick that I do, and I'm sure other pilots do as well. 3 mil on the top, 5 mil on the bottom. You can get away with trying to do 3 mil on 3 mil, maybe. But you're risking if you hit, you're gonna be done. So you better have a backup. This one right here is going to be built more for durability, so I want it to last a long, long time. I'm not going to compete with it. Some people say, why? Just because I don't. I want to have a daily flyer, and I want to have to keep worrying about this being a competition rig. I want to just be able to take this out and keep flying the hell out of it and stay warm on my sticks. Keep my thumbs ready for 2021. Last me through, I don't know, probably December. This will probably last. So to that effect. But I'm going to take Rue's suggestion, which is I'm going to get a few more of these sent. When clicking cut some more, I'm going to have them cut me a couple more. Of course, I do have the RiteSpec, the RiteWing Super Spec, the Drac Foam Edition in the back. That's going to be the next build. Either way, I'm going to have a bunch of these. So those are the highlights. I know I'm kind of bouncing around, but I want to keep moving. So do this all first. And then lamination process was what I was talking about. It's going to have 5 mil and 5 mil, so it's going to be a little bit more durable. So on the leading edge, it's actually going to have 10 mil because you have to overlap. So you have 10 mil on leading edge of durability right here. Plus, before I even do that, I'm going to lay down that fiber tape again, very simply, and get it on there so when I bang into the trees, which this thing will be doing, it doesn't break. Okay, it's be nice and solid, and a good practice frame. Lamination, so 5.5, and this the stuff that Chris sent me. I don't know if that comes with all kits. I don't know. I would imagine it does, but don't hold me to that. It's pretty good laminate. It's stiffer. I don't know how to describe it than the other laminate I've used before. Some stuff from VAS and other companies, TVRC, whatever. It's just different. It's hard to explain. It's more crinkly and stiff. I don't know. But once it's done, it's pretty damn solid. So that's what I do like. 2 pieces on the top and 2 pieces on the bottom. So that's what you're going to be doing. So you're going to cut and overlap. So say I was doing this side right here, I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to show you here in just a minute. We're going to overlap each side just a little bit by about 1 inch. You know, it's not rocket science. It doesn't have to be 1/4 inch or 3/16. It's whatever you want. Just make sure they overlap. That's the main thing. No adhesive. I did opt to go with no adhesive. I'm not going to be spraying this stuff with 3M90. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to weight it down. I've had a bad experience when I did 3M90 on the first run of these, the version 1. I weighted this thing so damn bad. All I did was watch Bond and Anthony fly right by me, and I'm like, God, ugh. And I knew what it was. I was like, it's too heavy. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened. But anyways, that was, what, 2017 or something like that? I can't remember. Cool. There we go. I've already pre-sanded. I suggest you guys do the same thing. Make sure you sand it. I showed you guys yesterday. Do it after you let all the glue and the E6000 dry and get everything done. You can do it beforehand, I guess. But the main thing is just get it done. So get it where it's just kind of fuzzy. Get the sheen off of these things. And then that makes everything adhere to the frame that much better. All right, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and switch cameras. Go here and see if I can't do that. And I'm going to also have to switch mics. I'll try to leave this on, but I don't know how well it's going to work. Because I tried to listen to it the other day and playback, and it was very faint. Because I'm projecting my voice down. The microphone's literally above me, and it's just a pain in the ass. We'll figure it out. So the main thing is just watch, and I'll make sure I at least try to look up to the camera and give you like a pertinent point, and we'll go from there. Let me try to read your messages real quick. I see I got Rue in the house. I got Beehive Brian in the house. I got Mr. Wing FPV. What's up, man? V Gates. Let's go. I'm here. That's fine, man. This ain't on your time. This is on my time, son. Too bad you did not come by. You would have some Starbond. Would you ever use 8mm? No, I would never use 8mm. 5mm is the max. Even when I've done LEG products by Jack Cooper, which he's another guru, Yoda of fixed wings. He does slope soaring and all that other stuff. But I've got some of his frames in the back. He's the one that taught me, here's how you can do it without having to do the tape. I still believe in the tape. I'm being kind of probably headstrong about it. You can adopt another method, which is, so to answer your question, Rue, no, 5mm is all I use. I overlap on leading edges to increase the thickness, and it does work. Like, I get 5mm and 5mm, now I have 10, and I can take another strip of 1 inch long and adhere that on there, and now I have 15mm theoretically on there. You can do that, and it makes it like a damn, you can flick it, and it feels like wood. It's like, bink, you can hear it. I'm just going to go for a fiber method just because I want to. Wireless mic is the best for what you're doing right now. Well, thank you, B. I have a microphone for that. It's in the car. I mean, I could set it all up, but probably be a pain in the ass. Now you got me thinking. Now you got me thinking about what I want to do. Do I want to go and track down that mic? Because I have it. I'll just have to make sure I keep looking at the camera and talking to it. I know where the mic is. Gorilla tape on the leading edge. Yeah, you can use Gorilla tape. Here's the other thing, Lou. And by the way, what's up, brother? What's up, KC? The main thing is another thing, and I haven't done it yet. I've been contemplating doing it, and you might know what I'm going to say, which is a shock cord. Okay? If you really want to make this thing a tank, put a shock cord around it. That's what Leah Crash's Hobby does in his wings. That shit works. Okay? That really, really works. Now, the only problem is when you do your motor mount, Lee's motor mounts glue on the bottom, so they don't ever get poked into the frame. Chris's motor mounts get embedded into the frame, so to put a shock cord, it's kind of like, you really can't, because it's kind of cut off right here. I mean, you can go behind it and all this. You go back here and do it, but it still might not work. That's why I haven't done it yet. But at least taking the fiber tape or Gorilla tape, whatever you want to use, get it on there and get it underneath the laminate. Remember what I said in the other video, a few videos back in the build series, that tape, okay, when I was doing the mini Dracula-Vons, you have to cover that tape either with laminate or paint it or something, because the UV rays will absolutely destroy that tape over time, and it only takes a season or two, and then it's done. And then trying to get it off and replace it becomes very fibrous and brittle, and it just sticks, and it's really a mess. So you got to keep that in mind. You're going to have to bear that in mind if you use that kind of tape. At least the fiber tape that I use. I don't even know if I have it right here. I might have to get it in the car. I might have to take a quick 5 to go find everything. Just that's what you got to pay attention to. Preventive maintenance on it. But it will work. It will save your frame. I'm telling you. The nose is the only thing. So the nose is going to get cut right here as well. I'm going to put an FPV cam 3D print TPU mount in here, and it has the ability to hold a session on the top, which I never really do because this frame does not like to have anything on it. I love your German. Danke. Sehr schlecht. It's Scheiße, Shelby. That's what I'm doing when I do a build video. Just saying. No, I mean, I have the mic. It's just I don't know if I have the adapter for right here on the soundboard. Because if I have it, then I'm just going to plug it in. In other words, 3.5 mil to these jacks that it uses in here, RCA jacks or whatever it is. But it's good. I actually do have one little thing of glue I'm going to have to put down in here. I'm going to live with it. So there's one blemish. I didn't put my E6000 in this one little random island of a spar on my frame. I still don't know what it's for. I'm going to have to ask Click, what are these for? They're not, it's not adhering to anything. I just really don't know. Explain what a shock cord is. So a shock cord, when you make impact on these frames, if you don't have a shock cord, like especially think about a bigger frame. So let's use like a let's use we'll just use Lee's frames. So, well, like one of his frames is like the Crash Test Hobbies, the Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper's fairly large wings. I can't remember its wingspan, like 40-something inches. It's a big one. If you don't have that shock cord in, and you go to and it noses down in the ground, right? That motor mount and everything in the center right here will just rip up, just with all the force of everything's moving, and then you stop that movement, everything in the back's still moving, so it's going to just rip. It's going to give wherever the frame is weakest, because everything's still trying to travel forward, all that inertia. So a shock cord will literally send that impact and absorb that energy around the cord and return around the frame. And here especially, sends it all the way around the frame so it doesn't rip and holds everything in place, and you're going to survive. So his frames are built to be one thing, and that is to beat the crap out of each other in the sky and allow you to learn on it. Like, it will fall on the ground, you'll nose it in the ground, you have the confidence to know you're going to be able to pick it back up and fly it again. Is it going to fly like any of these other pro-end frames that I'm talking about, like a TBRC or a wing catcher or this, a right wing? No, absolutely not. It's not even going to come close. They fly like saggy diapers, but they were meant to be this. They were meant to do another purpose, which is to be combat planes. So bear that in mind. But you can adopt some of their philosophies into these frames, if possible. So there you go. Hopefully that explains the shock cord. It's the importance of having it. So, and then the fiber tape's just to keep it, it's like a net. It's to catch whatever you're going to hit with the branch right there, and instead of just slicing through your laminate and then into your foam and then snapping your spar. Because digging these out, the spars, when they break, is kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest. I mean, it's not super hard, it's just a pain in the butt. And if I can prevent that from happening, great. Now, competition rig, totally different. I know when I go up, just like any other racer in another industry, they know that they're going to end up banging their shit around. So I make sure I have backups when I'm at a competition, and then I build them light, knowing that if I hit it, hopefully it survives a crash or two. But I don't need to hit it. I just make sure I don't hit shit. And build it light and agile. What are the other comments going on right here? Stitches. Spars prevent splitting from the rear. Okay. Grim Reaper is in two sizes, I believe 55 and 62. So it's the 52. 62 is the XL. So it's the 55. Sorry, 55 is the one I have. And that's old, man. That's like, God, it's going to be 9 years old. Or is 9 years old. Next month, matter of fact. October 2011 when we got it. Good to go, right? So give me. I'm gonna take a real quick break and go get everything prepped. Put this over there. Get all the laminate ready. Laminate is cut. Just stage everything up, right? Instead of standing around. Cool, right? Awesome. Let's go ahead and start doing that. I'm gonna get a quick 5. See if I can find that microphone in that interim. If not, we're gonna have to deal with what we'll deal with. Cool. All right. I'll be right back. Hey, you get to watch this video that you haven't seen, but you have seen 5,000 more times. We're going to get a new one up, I promise. It's no complaining. Kind of. I can read your messages when I get back. What up, Marty Booth? No, you can say it too. What's up, One Man Party, Marty?
What's up?
See, he's in the background.
Can you tell a dream field on a cold steel rail? A smile from a veil. Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for gold? Hot ash trees, hot air from a cool breeze, cold colored change. Did you exchange wrong heart in the war for a lead role in Cage? How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. Have we found the same old fear? Wish you were here.
What up, everybody? Welcome back. All right. So, okay. Keep moving along, right? A couple things I do want to talk about before we get started. I do want to cover some things. Okay, so a few more items to cover, and then Shelby will move this train along the tracks and get over there and start building some more shit. Microphone. So future builds, I'll have this mic. I have to go get an adapter. I have to go to Guitar Center or whatever and pick up a 3.5 to an RCA or whatever it is, jack that they use on my soundboard here. And I'll run this. In the past, I've ran this, but it's been attached to my phone, but I'm not using my phone, I'm using my computer with all the sound equipment and everything else. So I'll get that squared away. I'll have that on my list to do today on the way home. Another thing right here. So this is a little side note. This goes back to the mini drag. And I did want to show it to you guys, and I'll probably I'll show it a little bit now. So these are the strips. These are a backup version. These are not the original strips that I use for the locking mechanism to hold your wings to your fuse on your mini drag. And so I'll probably do, which is another little, I don't know what I'll call it. It'll be like a part of a build to show you how I put these in so it locks the wings down. But anyways, here's a version. This is what Brian uses. 16 pound. It's enough. You'll check it when you pull them apart. When they hit, though, they'll break, meaning they'll detach, and that's what you do want. But in flight, you want it to hang together. So, a little side note. Another side note. Tonight I will be on, I believe, let me see if I can pull this up, okay? So bear with me as I pull this up. I do have my buttons, so it's a good time to practice for Sunday's show. I'll give myself a little Jeopardy theme song here, so I can go ahead and, hey, don't be leaving. Just because I haven't started building. I see you coming and going. Stick around. Jeez. What does a man got to do to keep attendance around here? I'm pulling up a chat. I want to give you guys some information. I haven't really released that. I'm going to do that a little later today. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Let me scroll through this a little bit more and find the information that I need to get to. Come on now. Come on. It's raining here. Our internet gets slower when we're raining. Come on. It's 3 times through. Somebody asks you, they want to see your videos. You send them a shit ton. And then you want to go back through the conversation and find their stuff. It takes a while. Come on now. I know I can do this. Come on. All right, so I'm going to be on this show tonight, and I was just found out about them. Come on. There we go. All right, cool. I got it. See if I can pull it up. Got any issues? Come on, let go. Let's see. Window capture. Oh, it isn't showing. Well, it's called RC Scrap Pile. I'm trying to show you the actual logo and everything. And the gentleman's name's Casey, and they asked me if I wanted to be on their show. They wanted to interview me. And I said, yeah, that'd be great. And I'm trying to share the information because it's going to happen throw down tonight. Now, I don't know if they record and then post later. It's a podcast. But nonetheless, I wanted to get the information out to you. I just don't know why it's being such a stink about it. Yeah, there we go. Now I got it. So here we go. I'll show you right here. There they are. Much better. I think I can do it. Much better. Scrap Pile, RC Podcast. You can go and check them out on anywhere you get your podcasts. I think they have it on Spotify and a couple other places. But anyways, they're going to be doing an interview with me tonight at 7. I don't know if it's live or they're going to... I don't know how they do it. I don't know if they do it like Rubens. Rubens goes live and then he records. So whatever. Be on the lookout for it. It's going to be interesting. These guys more are into... they're all into fixed wing. We're like 3D pilots and full-scale pilots, that kind of thing. So they got a pretty good library growing right now. I don't know how many podcasts they've got going. I think 18 that I saw currently. They could have a whole library. So be on the lookout for that. So it'd be kind of cool. Cool. Oh, well, there's Casey right there. It'll be out Monday at midnight. Little did I know, there's Casey. Right there. So be sure to tune into that. So if it's not going to be broadcast till Monday, there you go, Monday night. Be on the lookout for this podcast I'll be on. And Casey said he wanted the real Shelby. He wanted the full deal.
Oh, yes.
All right. That's what you're going to get then. I'm just warning you. Comes with buttons and all. But it's going to be fun. Thanks for reaching out to me and asking me to be on your show. I really appreciate it. That means a lot. And hopefully it's going to be a good time. I haven't been on a podcast yet that has been, a great time. So look forward to that tonight, 7 p.m. my time, right, Eastern? That's what I was planning on. Planning my schedule around that time. And the other thing, let me go ahead and switch over here, is I have been getting into, Marty's going to make sure I don't loose lip sync shit, but I did accept a drone contract. So this is one of the biggest ones I've accepted in quite a long time. And this is more on the commercial aspect of it. So this is more like what Marty does. So having a Part 107, we'll talk about that on Sunday. I am a Part 107 holder, so finally exercising it. What do you got to say, Marty? What do you got to say over there? What? I can't understand. He was saying something. I thought he was. I think he's listening to his stuff. But anyways, trying to figure out exactly what I can tell you guys and what I can't tell you guys. Right? What can I tell them, Marty? Marty, what can I tell them about said company? Huh? Say it again?
Tell them what you want to tell them. Just don't tell them anything that hasn't been
disclosed. Okay. So we were on the show, one of our episodes, a couple episodes back on the Drone Hangar, And we always do drone in the news, and Marty does his version of drones in the news. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to go watch the show. But anyways, he had a topic and we covered, and it turned into like a debate, and it was about drone delivery. So, in essence, I'm working with a drone delivery company, and specifically, I'm working with. Should I say? I don't know. We're gonna find out. But anyways, it's a good contract. It's good for a while now, and looks to be very promising. So I'm getting my feet in that door, or my foot in that door, and I'm starting to kick it open. Say, hey, Shelby's here, finally. Yep. So, anyways, we'll talk about more on Sunday. So, just give you a little heads up for Sunday's show. It's going to be a good one. Have a good time. And the last thing is, again, Wing Simulator is coming out on October 3rd. Be on the lookout for that. Be sure to go ahead and pay whatever Mr. Whidden wants for you guys to pay to get it. It is PC-based right now. I don't know if it will go to a platform or to consoles or not. Who knows? But support him and his crew that have made this awesome Wing sim that has been needed for so long. And I look forward to racing all of you guys, if it's not virtually, within a week or a little more than that. Because believe me, the day comes out, hooking my DX18 up to it, and bam, I'm on instantly. And I know a couple other top pilots are doing the same damn thing. We were already talking behind closed doors, like, bring it, son, because it's about to get real. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. They're going to have leaderboard, I believe. If I'm misquoting, forgive me, but I believe that if they don't, they probably will have a leaderboard. And the quest is always to be at the top. So be sure to check for that. All right, let's move forward. Yeah, better to find out what they will let you say and not before you speak. Correct, yeah. So I'm trying to exercise caution. But it's a really big deal. It's a big move for me from a business standpoint, as me as a pilot. And it was a smart move. And it just happened to all work out in the right way. So, very awesome for that. I mean, to wake up every day and go to work, to be this my main gig for a while. And it's to do drone stuff. and get the money I'm making. I'm like, yeah, I could do this all day long. No problem. So, happy with that as well. So, things are kind of looking up, you know. Always be ready. Let's get blah, 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 blah. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and move on. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and go to lamination process. So, again, be sure to tune in on Sunday, 8:30 Eastern. We are live always at that time, aroundish. I always try to make sure that at least the stream is starting at 8:30. Be sure to come and check us out at the drone hangar. That's what we want you to do. And I'll make sure all these build series go into our library over there. I'll make sure I port them over there, so you will also have a library and one location where you can find out all the information from myself and the other pilots that make up the drone hangar and the gang. Cool? Cool. All right, one more splash of applause, and let's move forward. All right, cool. All right, so got the frame on the bench. Here we go. Then we're going to go over there and put some fiber tape on this bad boy and get it rocking and rolling. I'm going to kick the other mic on, see if it works. I'm probably going to use both these mics. Might hear an echo, I don't know. Just so hopefully it picks up my lovely voice, right? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the top. Well, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add that fiber tape down. So we're going to go ahead and get that started, and from there, just keep moving. Cool.
Which one? AirPods 2.
We're always learning here. We're always learning here. Ooh, that's hot. Smell it. Smell it. Cool. Here we go. Fiber tape. Remember what I said? Use this fiber tape. Don't use anything else. This stuff. Using the bottom tray of the mold, the block of foam it came in. That's for the bottom.
Not only is the zip connector and cable glued down, the AirPods are screaming at us when we get near them with tweezers. Getting the battery out requires digging through tons of rubbery adhesive, but eventually we're able to pry it free, only to discover that the soldered to the cable connected to the driver. Getting to the driver requires removing a plastic brace that requires a ton of destructive force to remove. But once it's removed, the driver can ride out.
You don't have to worry about the front too much if you're going to be putting a nose piece in, so just get it down there as best you can. Same way we did the elbows and the mini drag, you're going to do it right here. I've already clipped all my razor blades and made sure they're all new points.
It's time to talk repair.
Because you're going to be doing some cutting.
The AirPods Pro scored a 0 out of 10. And here's why. While theoretically semi-serviceable, the non-modular, glued-together design and lack of replacement parts makes repair both impractical and uneconomical.
But alright, no biggie.
Want to see what a more repairable set of earbuds looks like? Check out our Galaxy Buds teardown video. And don't forget to hit subscribe while you're there. Happy fixing!
Marty's learning over there about AirPods and how to break them down. He's constantly on YouTube. Learning.
It's just my encyclopedia.
Yeah, it's your Encyclopedia Britannica. Really is. Good song. Alright, just making sure when you're going over this tape, check for wrinkles, don't get any wrinkles in it. You definitely don't want wrinkles right here on the leading edge. I want this smooth. Nice and smooth. Look at that. A little flub right there, but that's okay, no big deal. Work it all in there, make sure it's nice and settled in. Nice and straight. Repeat. Before its life is over, this wing will have much more tape applied to it, I promise. I just line it up with the spar right there. That's all I do. Okay, I'm not pulling this real tight, just enough so there's no wrinkles, and that's it. Work it over the leading edge. Make sure there's no wrinkles.
And we want to do that at the lowest prices we can. But I have to tell you, there's some stuff in our industry that we wouldn't be proud to show, that we wouldn't be proud to recommend to our family and friends.
What are you watching now, man?
We can't do it. We just
Marty?
can't show it.
Okay, that's what I figured.
There are thresholds that we can't cross because of who we are. We want to make the best person.
Alright, same thing. I usually start in the middle and kind of work my way down.
And what you'll find is our products are usually not premium priced. You go and price out our competitors' products, and you add the features that you have to add to make them useful, and you'll find in some cases they are more expensive than our products. The difference is we don't offer stripped down, lousy products. We just don't offer categories.
All right, so
like that.
good.
If you move those aside and compare them
Nice and easy.
to our competitors,
I can smell that heat.
and
Hot.
after doing that, saying that,
Cool.
for the last
All right.
few months.
Checking to make sure it's still nice and true. It is. All right. So, like I said before, your frame comes cut or slotted inside the block of foam which it was cut from. Save that. Make these bays, and make sure you have the right one on the right side. So this is the bottom part. This was back here. And lay it down. Okay. This is where these will come in really, really handy. These bean bags right here. You want to use these. Go to a Dick's or whatever sport place you can go to and get them. So I've already gone, before show started, I went ahead and pre-cut everything. Line it back up, make sure it's all good. Little trick to the trade when you're using your laminate, if you want your laminate to last longer or you want to use all of the laminate, when you cut these, your first cut, of laminate, make sure you use you'll roll it out, right, and just roll it out here and use that bottom leading edge of your laminate. Just a little bit over, not much, you know, about an inch or so, right? It's about all you need. Cut it off about an inch over the bay that you've made. It's about an inch right there, right? And then cut it off, and then now you'll be able to rotate the whole roll around and use that other leftover piece. It will be big enough to make this cut again. You'll make that cut twice on that one section. So saves your laminate. Alright, so now I've cut everything. I've got my first initial cut. I'm gonna lay everything down, and then I'm gonna have about a 1-inch overlap right here. So that's where I'm gonna put my target. So if you want to know where that is, it's literally butted up to the. It's butted up right here to the motor area, the cutout for the motor. You just use that as your guide. You know, some people go real small and they only do like a 1/4 of an inch overlap. Whatever, doesn't matter. All right. Heating iron or heating gun. So you need this. You need to heat this stuff up. It'll go from opaque, cloudy to clear. Somewhat clear, like a blurry clear. Around. You're gonna burn yourself, I promise. So you want to work with it, work with your heating gun, and you don't want to be real close to the laminate because you're gonna melt it. So as it starts to change color, reposition your heating gun. Check it again, make sure it's all good. It's just a couple spots. All right. You can hear it, right? You can hear the weight, you can hear it all. Get it into the bay. Get it into the bay and get it set. Take your bean bags right here. Drop them on the opposite side so it holds it in place. Line everything up. You're going to use your razor blades here in a minute. One spot. Try not to lay the adhesive down on anything that you work your workbench wise, because it will collect all the dust. All right, looks good. Tack it down. I'm at 4.5. Come here. Okay, you do not want this too hot, because if this is too hot, you're going to warp the frame, so you got to watch that. So I'm going to go down to like 4. Okay, in the past, this is where I got that taco statement. I used to pull this tight. Don't do that. I understand the logic behind it. If you pull this tight and you try to apply this, when it starts to dry and pull in, you'll just bend your frame up, so don't do that. But you want to put a little bit of tension on there so you don't have the wrinkles and everything. Just, you know what I mean? Just pull it taut. Not tight. Just a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to go here and work my way down, right in the middle. Pull a little bit. So work from one side, from the middle, and then go to that side. Go towards you, towards the trailing edge, or then towards the leading edge. Alright, so I'm making sure I'm looking for wrinkles, I'm checking for wrinkles, I'm checking for all kinds of any imperfections and get it done now and get it fixed. And as you're working along, make sure your heating iron is nice and clean. Okay, so I did back here, now I'm going to go forward. Alright, just taking my time. This is a little lengthy of a process. So I kept it in the bay. Taking the lamb, I've lammed it all the way up to the edge of the cutout of the bay. Sure, you put a little, just pull it a little bit just so you don't have any wrinkles. You're not pulling tight, you're just putting a little bit on there as you do this. Little tension, not much. Okay? That's smooth. I mean, that is smooth. There isn't a wrinkle on this thing. All the way down to the tip. All the way down here to the tip. Can't get much easier than that. Okay, now you got to take it out of the bay. Whenever you use tape, you just can fold it on up. Drop it over here. A little tighter workspace. Alright. We start cutting again, and we're going to trim the fat, as I say. This is a little bit too long. You only want like an inch overlap at max. Right here is about what I want. But over here is too thick. Sharp razor blade. Better be, or I'll be pissed. I can't get a good cut on it. There we go. Cut could have been a lot better. Nah, could have been better. There's what I wanted. This razor blade might be done. Okay, get to the nose, you just cut it at an angle like this. The nose goes straight, just cut it at an angle. And it will fold under and tuck underneath. But I'm going to cut this out, but I just want to make sure at least when I'm laminating it that I'm doing a proper wrap all the way around. Yes, I'm going to cut it out, but pay attention to it a little bit. Make sure it's anchored down properly. Alright, monitor your heating iron. Suggest getting a digital one. This is an old one, but it works great. Same thing, just a little bit of tension, not much. And these, remember what I said, these will be your friend. Spread them out nice and even. They'll hold the frame in place for you. Alright, need to trim a little bit more. Trim the edge. Good. Alright. Slowly get it over the leading edge nice and smooth. Putting a little tension on it. Now you're going to start rolling it underneath. Take your time. Alrighty. Alright, I've rolled it underneath. Now I gotta flip it over again and get it to seat, and then get it to seat properly. There you go. Yeah, that looks good. That looks really good. That looks nice. Alright, now I'm going to trim the back trailing edge. Oh, I got to finish this little nose. We'll tuck over here on the old nose. Cut up a little higher up on the nose so it will overlap properly. Oh, there's a little blemish right there. Gotta fix that. Get it all anchored down. That way it's nice and secure and everything's in its right spot. There we go. Cut that off. Don't have to worry about that. Look at that sexiness, Marty.
What?
Look at this. Looking good?
Oh, that's straight, man. That's real good.
Alright. Trim the back, trailing edge. Alright. We'll fold down right there by the motor mount. This little tab right here will fold down. I didn't put anything right here on this side, so be it. About an inch. Get my bay. All right, right here, this corner right here, you're gonna pull it straight back like this, like that, and we'll go about another 45 and cut again. 2 cuts. Cut the center, 45 cut, center, 45 cut. Right here, wherever you want to put the release cut's fine, usually right at the apex. From here to there. And that's it. Does not have to be absolutely perfect, it's up to you. So I don't want it to wrap around, tuck underneath necessarily all the way. This one I do. I want that nice secureness. I'm going to trim the fat on this, it's too thick. And we'll get it around. We'll trim it when we get to the bottom. Alright. Back into the bay cover. Alright, it's a little tricky. They're hanging around back here long on this edge. Alright, I'm going to trim the fat off. Alright, time. Falls right in that corner, covers it right up. think that's done. It's a little teeny over here on the end. Yeah. Once I'm done doing all this, I will go back over and do what I've done forever, which is take this heat gun and go and hit blemishes where there are wrinkles and get the wrinkles out. This heat gun method that I've used it forever. Unless you screw it up and sit the heat gun on your frame at one spot for a long time and cause it to warp, if you use this method that I'll show you here in a little bit, maybe today or the next build, because the next build will be completely, this will be done. Build video. Use it. Even use it on frames that you've banged around, right? And the laminate's all crinkled and rolled up a little bit. Now, creases are different than wrinkles. Now, a crease in the laminate, you're probably not going to be able to get out. But a wrinkle, like and it's all warped up a little bit, if you use the heat gun method, it will loosen it up. It will like stretch out, if you will. It'll relax. And then it will tighten back up as it cools up, but it'll be nice and flat again. Okay? Yeah, there you go. Also, when you're doing this, you can use this. It conforms to the frame because it's a beanbag. So it just wraps around the frame, and you can heat this up and then kind of work this in. Just got to make sure your temps are good, that you're not so hot that you're deforming the frame, and then you go run over this with this, you're going to deform it even more. So just be mindful of that. Okay, I'm not pushing on this. I'm letting the weight of the beanbag do the job. Just guiding it along. I make it look like I'm putting weight on it, but I'm not. And you just do this, heat it up, get the adhesive on the laminate, heat it up. This is, you want to do this right away. And then just run this over, and now make sure that all the laminate's touching the foam as best it can. Because at some point it just won't. If it doesn't want to grab, then it's just not going to grab. So just got to live with it. Alright, there's one piece. 3 more times and you've laminated your wing. If you really want me to go over another process of doing it, I can, but I actually probably should do the top here and then call it quits. So just have all your pieces cut out first. So now all I have to do is do top, then bottom. Do not do this, then flip it over and do this side. No, do the whole thing, then flip it out, flip it over, and do the entire bottom. And the reason why you're doing this is along the laminating process, you want to make sure that you're not tackling the frame. You're not bowing it up by putting too much tension on your laminate. So you got to make sure you're monitoring your leading edge the whole time that you're working with it. Okay, so that's crucial. So then when you go on the bottom, say you've got a little bit of a bend, maybe it's just a little bit. Well, then you can go on this bottom part, put just maybe a little bit of tension to straighten out that leading edge if it's needed. But if you do it right, you won't have to do any of that. So right now, leading edge looks great. We haven't really done anything out here, so this should still look fine. Which it does, straight as an arrow. A foamed arrow, that is. Alright, so let me grab the other piece. Same exact process. Alright, double checking, make sure my cut's good. 2 days. Eyeing everything up, because now I'm going to heat it up and put it on. An awkward cut right there. And I'm good to go. Here we go.
Alright, nice and clear now, see? That's what it should look like. A little end right here that's not done. Alright, got it all lined up. Here we go. Just tack the edge and then start doing your pull a little bit. Just a little bit of a pull, not much. Just a little. Get the wrinkles out. Alright, spar down. Go down here. I don't know if you can see it in the angle of the camera, but so we're done with this right now. I'm going to go on this spar right here and work my way down. One nice long stroke. So you're down here on the opposite end and pull a little tension. Your bean bags hold everything in place. If you get these right here, these are super duper. It ain't going anywhere. Alright, we go in the back here. I didn't put my goop in there. So good. It'll be fine. Miscellaneous, arbitrary sparring of this. I don't know what it is for. Chris will tell me, I'm sure. Alright, got the bulk of it on. I got the bulk of it on. Now I'm going to trim the fat. It's a little short right here on this tip. That's okay, because we're going to overlap again from the bottom, so it's not going to go quite far enough. I only have like about a quarter of an inch, half an inch maybe. Need about an inch. Good. Right here. Okay. It is raining. Done. Keep it clean. All right, nice and clean. Pull a little bit to make sure you don't have any wrinkles in it. Just got to monitor this leading edge, is very important. So notice how I'm doing a portion of it at a time. A little bit, and then a little bit more, and then wrap it. Just trying to make sure that leading edge is nice and smooth. You don't want it to have wrinkles in it because it'll disrupt the airflow. Monitor your heat. Now I'm going to go under. Now I'm going to wrap it. Flip it over, seal the deal. one blemish. Make sure you get all the laminate down on the nose right, even though you're going to cut it, most likely. Make sure the laminate's on there good. Good in the center. Now we'll work the back. Boom. Try not to hang around much on back here, or because there's no tape. Okay, it's straight foam, so you got to watch it. Because this takes a little heat, or this laminate does. Takes a little more heat than normal. So if you start touching the foam, naked foam with it, you could be in for a rude awakening. Don't hang very long back here either. Get it over. Get it done. It's a sharp edge right there. This heat will warp that. Turn the excess off. All right. All right. Let's see. Looks good. It really does. Hold on, let me switch over there.
All right, let me see. I don't know if we work or not, but let me switch over here. Do this, do that. Cool. So you can see it right there, and this is a much better camera for up close. Couple little. This is where you got to pay attention to your heating iron, making sure it's not getting any crap that's on your workbench stuck to it. So that's why I wipe things off. Occasionally get a little blemish here and there. That should scrape right off really easy. So that's all I'm doing. Other than that, it's nice and smooth. It really is. Not BSing you. You can look for yourself. Look at that. That's what you want. You want that smooth as glass look as best as possible, right? I mean, it is foam, so you're going to have what you're going to have, but it's good. It's not warped anywhere. Leading edge this is your trailing edge. It's very sharp back there, so you can't hang around there with that heating iron because it's going to screw everything up. That was what I was trying to tell you guys. See, there's my edge for my Elevon. Make sure it's not twisted or warped. It looked okay. Then there's my leading edge. Nice and smooth. Little something right here. I'm going to have to cut off a little excess of the laminate. But you can see. Yep, nice and straight. No wrinkles. Ditto on that one. And it's nice and smooth on the top. See? No wrinkles. So that's going to translate in this air when it flows over my airframe. It's not going to get disrupted, okay? It's not going to be all wobbling around. It's going to be nice and smooth. And then you're going to continue that smoothness as best you can all the way to the back to the trailing edge of your elevons. And you want to make sure underneath, and we'll get to that stage. So for sure we got another build. I got to do the elevons for it, which is very much the same way that you did, we did the mini drac ones. Very similar, same concept. It's going to be a little cut different. It's going to cut a little different. But the same premise of rounding and sanding and all that, that's still the same. Looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and, do the same thing, I would suggest. Don't go nuts to trying to fix all the imperfections that are coming up with just wrinkles. Remember, wrinkles are different than creases. If you get crease in this while you're doing this process, you're doing something wrong. You're not putting any tension on there. You're just throwing it on there. You got to put a little bit just so it can straighten everything out and doesn't create a crease. Does that make sense? Now, wrinkling will happen when you do this laminate process from time to time. You'll get some wrinkles, okay? Just kind of wavy crap in here. And you're like, damn it, and you keep trying to go over and it keeps doing it. Well, stop doing that. And there's a way to fix that at the end. So if you see all that going on right now, and it's a tremendous amount, you might want to peel it off and start again maybe. But, if you got a couple spots here and there, there's a way to fix it at the end. So just go ahead and get it all laminated nice. And check for any major imperfections right now before you continue on, because you might have to peel it off. Mine, not so much. I have done this quite a few times, right? So it really looks good. I took the time with the gluing of the spars. I took my time with sanding, right? I did everything properly, okay? Which translates to now the laminate's doing what it's supposed to do, lay properly. And it's just, you're building on one step you're building on previous step. If you do the previous step right properly, then the next step should be that much easier, and you can do that one properly. The end goal is to have it run tremendous, like fly tremendously, like a laser. And so far, I haven't screwed anything up. So that's a good thing. And that means this frame is going to be flying very awesome. Moving forward, so just cover these when you're laminating. Don't worry about it. Just get it on there. Just slap it on. Boom, boom, boom. You'll cut all this nonsense out. Don't worry about that. Just keep it on, though, okay? Flip it over, and you're going to repeat the same process. So I'm not going to do it again. It's pointless. Do the same thing. Make sure you have everything pre-cut before you start. It makes life that much easier. Now I have 2 more cutouts already done. You can sit here and do the exact same process. Pull it over. There's no difference here with these covers versus this side with none. So same thing. Get them on there. Pull a little tight. There'll be little pockets of void. There'll be little voids of of air, little pockets of air that are created because of the way these bays are seated. It's not matching the frame. Does that make sense? It's flat. The frame is curved. This is not going to match the frame. Got it? So when you put laminate down, there'll be pockets of air in here. Live with it. Just make sure when you're looking at it at an angle, it's nice and smooth. That's the main thing. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to do it different the way I showed you. Tack along right here a piece. Pull it across. Work down this spar right here. Right? You can work around here a little bit, get it going. And then start at this spar right here. Put your iron down and go all the way straight down. Making sure you're pulling a little bit down here on this far end. And then work the trailing edge all the way down. And then you work the leading edge all the way forward. And then do the same process. Just review it. You know how to do it. Trim all the fat as you go. Looks good. This frame's going to turn out great. So, motor mount, elevons, I think are the last 2 things. We can do that tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's Saturday. Yeah, we should be able to do that tomorrow. It's going to be raining here, so there'll be some more build videos. Looks good, right? If you like what you're seeing, you like the content that I'm putting out recently, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button. And if you have any comments or questions that you want to direct to me, just shelbyvole@gmail.com. That's where you can reach me via email. Or leave a message here on the comments below. And don't forget, tomorrow I'll be here about the same time, probably 1 o'clock. We'll see how it goes. Okay, it is weekend. Weather's bad here. But be sure to tune in on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for myself, One Man Party Marty, Roto Ranch, the rest of the gang, all of us, Belinda, Abba, Beehive Brian, where we talk everything drone related, everything and anything. If you've been around, you know that. And we have a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, a lot of good times. So if you haven't done so, go over there and check out the Drone Hanger Show on YouTube. yada, yada, yada. Sound good? Cool. All right, until next time, like I always say, guys, go get you some. Cool. Be kind to one another. Gotcha. Be safe. All right, if you got videos, make sure you send them to me or on the Drone Hanger Facebook page. Until next time, I love you. I'm out.